Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've got the England post-match press conference with Coach Eddie Jones, Assistant Coach Steve Borthwick, Captain George Ford, and man of the match as well. We'll open the floor straight away for any questions. Right here in the front row, please, a microphone.
Eddie, could the game plan and strategy have been executed any better tonight?
Eddie. Thank you.
Solid tempo there. Look, we're pleased where we are. After 2 games, we're 10 points. We've conceded 1 try. We've had 2 fantastic experiences in Sapporo and Kobe. You know, tonight, 27,000 people. First major rugby game in Kobe for a while. It's a great rugby city, great occasion. So, you know, we're pretty humble to be part of it. And we're in a good position. Can we play better? Yes, and we know we can. And we'll need to play better in our next game.
Thank you. Another question? Yes, here in the front row as well.
Eddie, you made George captain. He produced a very, very good performance. Can you just talk about that and the way he sort of moved your team into positions where you needed them to be?
Thanks, Eddie.
Yeah, no, George controlled the game well. Obviously, conditions were difficult out there. It was 27 degrees, 80% humidity possibly. You could feel it just sitting in the grandstand. You had sweat dripping off you. So the ball was hard to handle. And, you know, there was maybe a period in the first half we got seduced by the space and tried to play more of a passing game where it was a running, kicking game. But I thought George really led the team well.
Another question here, the front, second row. Yep.
Eddie, just checking, how's Owen Farrell after that hit, and any other things to worry about in terms of fitness as a result of tonight?
I think they're about the barbecue part of his nose. I think someone's found it on the field. No, he's missing part of his nose, which is unfortunate. But he's married, he's got a child, so he's not looking for any young lass in Kobe tonight, so he'll be okay. Tavern there.
Another question? Yes, here in the front.
Hi. Having Argentina lost the first game, they will surely come stronger or try to be stronger against England. What does it change for you, that result?
We'll have a short break and then we'll focus on Argentina. Yeah, we understand they're going to be playing for their life, and they're a passionate, proud rugby country. So what's going to be important is that we match their passion, and then we play with a fair bit of control and smarts about the game. You know, they're a difficult team to beat, and we understand that.
We've got a question here and then, yeah. Oh, no.
Coach, could you please tell me how difficult to prepare 3 days rest a World Cup match?
So we trialled this 4-day preparation against Japan in autumn. So we had some experience about only training once before a game. And I think it gave our players the confidence that they knew they could be right for the game. You obviously don't have the cohesion and the sharpness that you get from a longer preparation, but what we're able to engender is a tactical clarity about how we played, and that was the pleasing thing for us tonight.
We have a question here in the third row. Yep.
じゃあエディさん、スティーブとエディさんお帰りなさい。最初少しハンドリングのところやっぱり戸惑ってましたっていうかミスが多かったですけど、あれはやっぱりそのさっきエディさん言ったみたいにちょっとウェットな状態とかの影響なんでしょうか。
Yeah, I think it's certainly a factor. I think it's certainly something the players are adapting to. I think also credit the defence of the opposition. They put 14 men in the front line and tried to put us under pressure. I think what George did, managing the team, working through that period and getting us in the right positions to score points was excellent.
We've got a question here, and then we'll be over in the left. Yep.
Yeah, George, ignoring the one that went dead, but when you know that you have a weapon like a driving maul like that, how much confidence does it give you just to put the guys in a position where they can actually hurt teams?
Thank you.
Yeah, huge. Look, it's traditionally one of England rugby's strengths is the set piece. Scrum's always usually pretty strong, line out strong. It's an incredible weapon when you can get it going, and it's about having a balance of using it and using different things as well, a bit of variety in our game to make sure we keep teams guessing. But obviously, the work the lads put in to score a couple of tries and driving mauls is huge, especially in conditions like that.
Got a question at the back.
Hi. Contrary to what happened on the field, do you think that you saw something in the George Ford at 10, Owen Farrell at 12 combination that you could use for the future?
Steve, no, Angie.
I think the versatility we have through those positions is great. And I think going through the tournament, you always need that, have flexibility in there. And I think what you saw today was every member of the squad who's been fit to play has now played in these 2 games. And you see the strength of our 31 and how hard they're working together. We've got 2 players that will hopefully be back fit soon. But I think the way the team, every member of the squad is working so hard together is one of our strengths.
The next question's right here, and then we'll be over here afterwards.
Eddie, you spoke about knowing your starting lineup for the first 4 rounds of this World Cup. How's it manifested tonight? Have your thoughts changed at all? Who's put up their hands in particular?
Look, we'll review the game. Come in.
Thank you.
We'll review the game and look at the 23 we need to play against Argentina, look at the conditions. You know, if Tokyo is going to be 27 degrees, 80% humidity, it's going to be a wet weather game. And we'll pick a side to play wet weather rugby. Sun might be shining, but it'll be wet weather. And that's the uniqueness of the World Cup. Yeah, I think this World Cup is unique because of the conditions. We haven't played a World Cup in these conditions before. You're also seeing, I think, the Tier 2 countries much better physically prepared. Like we've played against Tonga and America now, and all of them have got big physical packs. They're fitter than they ever have been, and it's a great thing for the World Cup because, you know, we've got these Tier 2 countries fighting hard, and it's producing some great rugby. So it's a credit to World Rugby. You know, they don't get too many credits, but they should get credit for driving Tier 2 development, and it's great for the game.
Just please, thank you.
Eddie, did you get a good look at Piers Francis's challenge from the kick-off, and have you any concerns of a sighting there with the clamp down on high challenges at this tournament?
Well, it is what it is. Yeah, we never discuss that area. We leave it to the judiciary or the siding commission or whoever it is, and then we'll take whatever's handed out.
Question here.
Eddie, going back to Tier 2,
Springboks. Springboks.
That was quite interesting. Do you honestly believe World Rugby is getting it right with Tier 2? Because we're hearing from all of them, they just want to play more Tier 1 teams, and it doesn't seem that there's ever going to be a solution to that. I don't know.
Did you have a little brother? Yeah, well, you were the little brother, so you were never happy. And it's a bit like in World Rugby. The little brothers are never happy. They always want more. And there's always so much you can do, but you just look at how competitive they've been at the World Cup, and it's because they've had better preparations. There's more organisation put into their structure. Their players are physically better prepared. There's young players coming through. So, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's certainly, I think, moving in the right direction.
Question at the back.
ジョージ・フォード選手に伺います。試合前の練習で、いわゆる試合と同じ方向に向かって縦に練習するんではなくて、横に向かって練習をしてたんですけども、あれはどうしてなのかと、やりにくくないかをぜひ教えてください。
Can you repeat the question?
Obviously, the conditions are very challenging. It makes the ball, like Eddie said, like a wet weather game. So it's very greasy. But it's something that we're going to have to tidy up and get better at. I think it's when the opportunities arise and it's on to shift the ball, you need to be good enough to get it to the space and exploit the opportunities. So we'll be working very hard at that next week to make sure that we tidy that area up.
Question here.
Eddie, given the 4-day turnaround, can you just give us a sense of how impressive George's performance was at 10 tonight for 80 minutes?
Yeah, well, I think, the difference about this sort of game with a 4-day turnaround, and we probably got a possession in the game of around 75%. In a normal game of rugby, we generally average about 48%, so you've got a lot more ball. They had 14 people in the front line. They parked the bus in the front lane rather than the back lane. And we wanted to play some rugby today. We wanted to attack them, so the intent was good. And I think George managed it brilliantly.
There's another question over here.
Eddie, were all the changes at half-time just tactical, and also at this stage, does it look like next week you're going to have 31 players to select from?
Well, I can't remember, were they tactical? I think they were. Yeah, I think they were. They were tactical because we wanted to get a bit of ball carry. So we had so much possession, and Joe and Dan Cole had done a great job scrummaging, softening them up, and then we brought the 2 ball carriers on, and Genge looked like a runaway bull at one stage. And so did Sinks until he tried to do a figure 8 round his back before he scored, which was unfortunate. But what was the other part of the question? Well, Mako and Jack have got a session tomorrow morning, tough session tomorrow morning, and we'll see if they get through that. But otherwise, we could be selecting from 31, which is a fantastic achievement and great achievement from our strength and conditioning staff and our medical staff and our rugby staff all working together to get the players in great condition.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That brings a close to the post-match press conference with England. The mix zone will be open very shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, George, Eddie, Steve. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.